Hey Virgos, it's Heather here with Magical Soul Tarot. I hope you guys are doing well as usual. Just a quick update. From now on, I'm going to have an upload schedule set. I will link it down below. I might put it in the About section. Just check whichever description or that. But Tuesdays are going to be my mutable sign days. So, Virgo, Geminis, Pisces, and yeah, it's going to be all day. So whether it's the connection spread, your general overall, your mid-month check-ins, it's going to be Tuesdays. That way I give you guys a time frame to really look forward to the uploads, and you can kind of keep your eye out on it. It's going to be for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter in Virgo. And if you're cross-watching, welcome. You could very well resonate with the Virgo side of things. As always, things can be vice versa. Cards are gender fluid. And take what resonates, leave what doesn't. So we're just going to hop right in and see what's going on for the person that Virgo is connecting with right now. So some kind of offer is wanting to come in, wanting to make an offer, willing to put in the work on a connection. Whether it's them putting work in specifically on a connection or reconnection, wanting reunion, or willing to put in the work when it comes to healing themselves, healing a situation, a connection with someone. That's some beautiful energy to pop out with first thing, because they are willing to offer up something in order to really feel fulfilled, to heal, to work, to grow. They are wanting growth in a situation. What else can we get for this person that Virgo is connecting with? The World, yeah, okay, so wanting a reconnection, not spelling right by that Six of Wands. Six of Cups. Six of Wands, victory. The World card, falling under the Eight of Pentacles, wanting to put in the work on something, a cycle. They're wanting something to come back around, wanting to begin again on something. Ten of Wands reversed. Usually I don't take it reversed, but if I'm called, I do. I am. They've laid down some kind of burdens, released some kind of cycles or a period of exhaustion that came from connections or karmic things or energetic things that they've been carrying along that were not theirs to carry in the first fucking place. So it was time to release. They have. And I feel like it's caused a lot of healing within themselves, but it's also awakened and opened up their eyes to the potential within in order to really work on something and have the growth possible. It's really, expanded their horizons by releasing something. It could have been a person. It could have been, it could be family. It could be friends, things that were toxic that were just weighing on them that, again, it wasn't their responsibility. It wasn't their energy they were carrying. It was someone else's shit. Seven of Pentacles, taking an eye, looking at the big picture of things. Under that World and the Eight of Pentacles, again, wanting to put in that work on a connection to really blossom and bring things to fruition. And it's like they're looking back, they're taking stock, they're seeing where they put their energy, they're seeing what they poured themselves into. I feel like because they've done that, they've released a lot of situations or connections or people that were not serving them. They finally realized, and they're stepping into an energy of release, which is beautiful because, that Seven of Pentacles, it's going to cause you to look at everything. Every little thing you pour yourself into, and it's like, okay, I've put in all this effort, all this time. Is it worth it? Is this area worth it? Are these people worth it? Is this connection worth it? I feel like they're releasing whatever's not worth it anymore, which is beautiful because then they're getting in touch with their divine truth and in turn heading towards their fulfillment. Ten of Cups. This is my happy, happy, happy card. This is literally that fulfillment. And that Queen of Swords, she gets a rep for being a cold-hearted bitch, but let's be real. We've got to be discerning at some point or another, and being discerning and speaking your truth and holding firm in your ground is what's necessary when you've been carrying around Ten of Wands. Because, again, carrying around other people's shit just to do it, to be a good person, that's fine and dandy, but you can be a fantastic and beautiful soul and still tell people to go fuck themselves sometimes. There's a saying, it's like, I'm love and light and a little go fuck yourself. That's to a T, that's me. And I have a Libra moon, and I have a Taurus sun, and I have a Cancer rising. I'm all about love and nurturing and comforting and blessing. But when you get to a point to where I feel like a Ten of Wands, where I can't even lift my head above water, I feel like I'm so burdened down with your shit that I can't even handle myself, that's when you Queen of Swords it, and you have to cut that out. Because at the end of the day, your fulfillment and your happiness is what's important. It's not selfish to have boundaries, to practice self-love. And part of self-love is having boundaries. Maybe this person had a problem with boundaries. Maybe they didn't know how to cut people out of their lives, or it was something that they had to learn. They had to learn to release that, they weren't responsible for everybody else's shit, that they were responsible for their happiness and their potential and their future. And they're willing to put in the work on something that brings them a lot of healing and fulfillment and connectiveness. That Six of Cups card, I keep wanting to say Six of Wands, so there's a reason. Six of Wands is the card of victory, so maybe they see a lot of potential and victory here. That Six of Cups is a reconnection, but it's a soulmate connection. It's something that's beautiful, that brings them a lot of happiness, a lot of joy. It's that childlike wonder. It is past life connection, so it could be from, again, a past life, or it could be, a connection that, is from the past in this life. They just make you, it makes them feel like a kid again. So what can we get for Virgos? King of Cups. I feel like you guys have a lot of emotions in this situation. I'm just going to be real. I feel like there's a lot going on underneath the surface that maybe you're not revealing or you're not expressing. Maybe you've been biting your tongue, holding back. You Virgos are really good at that because you are the healers no matter what you say. You guys are really good at compartmentalizing things too, but again, on the surface. But underneath, it's like shit's a storm and you're like, what do I do? But on the surface, you look calm, cool, and collected. Seven of Swords, keeping up your guard. Maybe, again, I keep getting false mask. And it's not, I feel like for you guys, sorry, I'm trying to link my nose itchy. I feel like it's not so much a false mask as in like you were trying to portray something that you weren't to this person. I feel like you were trying to portray that you were not as emotional as you are. That you were keeping that guard up, that you were keeping that mask up in order to protect yourself, to defend yourself, so you didn't get emotionally hurt. Ace of, there's a lot of fucking love here. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Ace of Cups, Four of Swords. This is going inside, internally, really thinking about this connection, an opportunity, wanting things to really have a fresh start. And it's funny because they have the World card there too and the Six of Cups. So that's what that's about. That's a reconnection. There's a lot of love here. A lot of beautiful, phenomenal love that has potential. That Four of Swords is going within. It's like laying and sitting and thinking and feeling and allowing yourself to feel it. And maybe for some of you, for a while, you didn't because it was just too much. But now it's like you can't help it. For some reason, like there was some kind of shock or something that came in. Maybe some of you were stubborn. Just going to be real. Because the Four of Pentacles is here. This is holding on to things. Whether it's, again, the mask that you were wearing, keeping your emotions in check. You Virgos are really, you are fantastic at doing that. But on the inside, any Virgo that I've ever known personally, including my own child and my very best friend, whose birthdays are one day apart, which is awesome. They have so much going on underneath. There's so much stress and sensitivity, and they genuinely give a shit. And it's hard for them sometimes because they really do care so much. They try to keep their emotions so tightly wound that sometimes you need to release. A release happens. It comes. The Moon. Emotional depths. Things unknown, unseen. The subconscious. This is being and feeling more than what is apparent on the surface. You guys have a lot of feelings when it comes to this connection, this person. They're very deep. Very, very deep. I was just talking about how a moment comes where you release. And there's that fucking Tower moment. So, Hierophant. Okay, so Tower coming in. I feel like it is illuminating this connection. Or bringing in some kind of spiritual divine truth. Because the Hierophant is about like spiritual knowing. It's being the student and the teacher and the teacher and the student. It's having that higher power, that higher learning. This feels just highly spiritual to me. You're getting some kind of epiphany about the fact that you've been trying to control. And I want to say that you guys had a similar reading for your like overall general, that like just let go of control. Like you don't have to be so emotionally controlled or closed off. You can release. It's okay. Because sometimes the biggest risks that we take, or how we get the greatest rewards, like nothing worth having is ever going to come easy. And it's not just about like physically putting in work. Sometimes it's emotionally putting in work, emotionally being open and allowing it to come in and allowing yourself to feel. That is a very deep connection, though. Ace of Cups there on that Hierophant. Hierophant is, of course, it's a card of traditions. It's a card of marriage, like I always say, but it's also the card of spiritually divine connections, something that is, a soul contract, a spiritual contract. It's not just a piece of paper. This is something that we, before we came into this lifetime, decided, hey, we're going in this together, and at some point we're going to meet up, and this is what it's going to be. And what it is I feel like it's really pushing you out of your comfort zone a little bit, because it's like the universe is asking you to step up and really be emotionally open and raw, and you don't know how to do that yet, or you weren't willing to do that at some point, but it's overwhelming. I'm going to get 2 more cards for you guys, because I just want to see what that Tower happens to do for your commitment, your connection with this spiritual side. You've just been so worried. Oh, yeah. You're afraid of getting your heart broken. Sorry, it is what it is, Virgos. You are afraid because I feel like you've been hurt before. It could have been by this person. It could have not. You could have been hurt by somebody else completely, because I'm not seeing like anything that has gone on shitty between the 2 of you here. I'm just going to be real. This could be like truth coming in because you've been guarding your heart because of past pain, past hurt, things that happened before that needed to be healed or released in order for you to move forward into a connection with someone like this. Because if you have heartbreak, and if you have a history of like pain, or you have an old wound with someone that needs to be healed, if you come across someone that's really like forcing you to open up and be raw and be emotional, it's gonna fucking hurt. It's gonna be scary. And until you really like come to understand that keeping this wall up is keeping you guarded from a beautiful connection, and you're doing it out of hurt and fear from something that happened before, that clarity kind of shifts the perspective for you guys to where you can really embrace and move forward into it. It's not going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. But that clarity, that's what that Tower is. It's like you realizing, like, why am I guarding my heart? Like, this person has done nothing to me. Like, yeah, they may scare the shit out of me. They may trigger me. They may, because I feel like you have a lot of intense emotions. This person brings out a lot of emotion in you, and you're not comfortable with that. But I feel like you're going to get comfortable, because this person, I feel like they mean a lot. A lot. So what else can we get? 7 of Wands on the defense. Energetically feeling like you're battling externally so many things. And this is a shared energy between the 2 of you. So maybe both of you have been battling with others, with other energies, maybe within yourselves, maybe within each other, your energies that are connected. Because at the end of the day, like, there's passion, there's fire here. This is Queen of Wands. She's beautiful, she's regal, she's charismatic. There's a lot of fire, there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of energy that is needing to be expressed. But Queen of Wands also she's not the masculine form, so, sorry, I took that card too, but we're going to take it. She sits and waits, and it's like you're both sitting and waiting on something, and it's like, well, if you're both sitting and waiting, someone's going to have to take some kind of action. 3 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, waiting for your ships to come in, at the same time wanting to lay some groundwork, wanting to lay some foundation when it comes to this connection. I feel like it's passionately too. It's like you have so much passion in between the 2 of you that, it feels like it's on fire. It's like you can't wait to build. You can't wait to move forward. But again, you're both sitting. There's no action. I feel like this person's like, because they're releasing some things, though, I feel like, yeah, there's your action. It's slow and steady wins the race, right? Knight of Pentacles. Slow and steady wins the race. That Knight of Pentacles, it may be the slowest knight, but as they always say, that is the only one that really truly crosses the finish line and sticks around. This is long term. This is working towards something that is long term, that is committed, that is stable, that is solid and grounded, that is substantial, that is abundant. So there is going to be some kind of movement made. I can't say whether it's you or them, because to be honest, they could be any sign at this point. And obviously you guys are an earth sign, but you could be dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn as well. Or you could be dealing with a fire sign, and the one that's the fire sign is waiting on you to come in. They're waiting on you to make a move. They're waiting on you to build and work. You know, my advice is trust your gut. You know, you have the moon card here. Your intuition's becoming more heightened. The tower's going to come in. You're receiving some kind of clarity when it comes to this connection. Maybe for some of you, I don't know why I'm getting like third party. Like maybe they were connected energetically to someone and they had to release that in order for this clarity and like this movement to come in. Take it as resonance, guys. As I always say, don't shoot the messenger, right? I'm just here to deliver the message. You're going to take from it whatever resonates for you. So what can we get for Virgos? Decisions need to be made. One more time. Let's see. We have the Divine Masculine here too. You want to come in. Okay. So decisions, we have sun's rays. So this is about feeling vibrant and lit up and alive. This is how you both feel when you're together. There's definitely some kind of connection that has between the two of you. It's like it lights up your whole fucking world. I'm just gonna be real. This person really does it for you. They really light you up, and in turn you do the same for them. You light up their soul, their happiness. They see a lot of potential. Decisions are gonna have to be made. This is when you're at a crossroads. I keep paying attention to this because of the symbolism. All the symbolisms. You know, this is divine. This is the Holy Trinity. This is a divine connection. So choices need to be made in your divine discernment. They also need to be made from the heart, you know, from your soul. Don't let your emotions dictate. So when I say make a decision from the heart, I'm not saying like let your emotions freak out and dictate things. No. And I'm not saying that your emotions control everything. I'm saying make a decision from your heart, you know, your soul center. It has to be a divine truth. It has to be in alignment with you. Make those choices. You have the Divine Masculine here, so action needs to be taken. Action's going to have to be taken in order for any of this to move forward. Whether it's you or the other person, some action is going to be necessary. And expectation is all about releasing it. So it's not going to come the way you expect it to. Sometimes putting expectations on things can limit the way things come in. You could be expecting this huge thing and it comes in as a little like gesture, a little small message or something, and you know, maybe you miss the whole opportunity because you're expecting this grand thing when in reality it's like this little seed can lead to a lot of beautiful growth. You just have to really release expectations because it can also block things from coming in. All right, so let's grab a couple of these animal spirit cards. See what we can get for you guys. I mean, overall, though, this is a phenomenal reading for you guys. Yeah, decisions are definitely being made. Wow. They're being made quickly, I feel like, too. Someone's going to make some decisions very quickly, yes. Okay, so I don't know which came out first, so we're just going to read. The Fox card is about... This is someone that is resilient, that is self-reliant, that is, you know, they adapt quickly to things. They come in. It is a more masculine energy. It's more sunshiny, more of a fire energy. This is someone that is also dedicated and devoted. You know, if you can catch that fox, they stay for life. This is the Horse. This is a little bit more ethereal energy. This is more of a... feminine type of energy, but it's like a ball of light. Like they blaze the trail for you. They're a blazing flame that comes in and lights up your world, like I said, with that sun's rays. The Cobra and the Tarantula. So these together are very unique for me because the Cobra is about connecting with your spiritual guides, your ancestors, like really being aware and apparent that you're being guided to certain directions and that they are behind you right now, like guiding you and pushing you into really your calling, your path, your connection, your purpose, like what the next steps you need to take would be. And then the Tarantula is being in a crossroads, like realizing the webs that we weaved have led us to this point and we're making a decision moving forward about which direction we're heading in. It's beautiful. These are both fire energies. And these are both earth energies. So just notice that. You could be definitely dealing with someone that's more fiery, more passionate. Or if it's you, if you're the more fiery, lit up, passionate, really passion-feeling, emoting person underneath, then this person's a little bit more grounded and earthy, and they're bringing a lot of light into your life after, I feel like, a period of darkness you've been through. So, all right, Virgos, that's going to be it for your connection spread. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of the week, and I will see you guys next Tuesday. Love and light.